We're gonna try the worst whiskeys.
Okay, they got that one right. That is horrible. Oh no.
First, we need to shout out our sponsor for this video, Catalina Crunch, but more on that later. Now, I love everything about what we're doing here at Brewzle. I get to travel all around the country and taste some of the finest whiskeys in the world, but today, all of that comes to an end thanks to y'all. It's your fault because today, we're gonna try the worst whiskeys as voted on by y'all. So we put out polls on Patreon or Discord, and these are y'all's 7 worst whiskeys, and me and Jill get to try them. Are you excited about this, Jill?
No.
No. This is not a fun, we are not looking forward to this video.
Maybe a couple.
You're excited about a couple of them?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to be bad.
Oh, well, we'll see.
So you don't think they're all gonna be bad?
No.
You think people are a little bit picky about
Everybody's
it?
tastes are different.
Okay.
So what they think is bad, I may not think it's bad.
Well, we're batching some videos because we're about to go on a little 3-week road trip to film a whole bunch of bourbon hunting videos. So we're running out of Glencairn. So we're gonna go. We're just gonna have to share. We're just gonna have to share Glencairn for each one of these, and we will start with number 7. Number 1 is your least favorite. So number 1 is the absolute worst whiskey y'all have ever had.
Oh, so these are in order.
So they're in order, and we're gonna start with 7 and work our way to the worst.
Gotcha.
So number 7.
How is that the worst? It's such a pretty bottle.
Number 7, Willett Pot Still.
No, that's a pretty bottle. It can't be the worst.
Let me explain something to you. When I go to a movie, how I feel about that movie afterwards is more dependent on my expectations going in than how good the movie actually was. If I go in there and I expect it to be good and it's good, I'm satisfied. If I expect it to be great and it's great, I'm satisfied. If I don't have any expectations whatsoever and it's good, I'm ecstatic about that because it exceeded my expectations. So I think the problem this bottle has is this is a 10 out of 10 bottle. Like this might be the best, arguably the best bottle on the market. Like, okay, Blanton's, you know, that's hard to argue with a Blanton's bottle, but this is one of the coolest bottles because this is shaped like a pot still. This is Willett Pot Still. This is pot stilled whiskey. It is shaped like a pot still. That's clever marketing. They did a good job. But the whiskey inside does not deliver to the level that the bottle sets. And so when I go in and I'm expecting a movie to be good or great, this says it's gonna be great and it's okay, big disappointment. And I feel like that's probably what most folks are feeling on this one. Now, full disclosure, this is about a 2-year-old bottle, and I think they have changed the whiskey on the inside, although I don't know if the quality is any better. I've tried it, it tasted different, but it was of similar level.
It smells good.
Okay. What do you think?
It's not bad.
It's not the 7th worst whiskey I've ever had.
I get a good caramel on there, like a.
It's a little youthful to me.
Yeah, it's a little young.
You know, it's got a harshness that I don't like about it. I can't describe, but it just kind of like overwhelms my palate with a harsh, a real harshness. Like I don't like it.
And the harshness kind of lingers.
I do, it's just there. It's still there.
It's like
still
right there in the back of my throat.
So I do not like this. The new one might be a little better. I do not like it.
Sam, I am.
If I had tried that, I would not say, oh my God, that goes on my worst whiskey list. Because there's a lot of whiskey out there that is just really bad. Now, none of it from major distilleries. A major distillery, very rarely, I think we do have some major distillery stuff on here that's gonna be really bad. But like a normal release from them, unless they're doing a weird finish, normally not bad because they know how to make a solid whiskey. I'm finding that I'm not a huge fan most of the time of pot stilled whiskeys.
I've heard you say that.
And I was talking to a distiller about this not long ago that uses a column still, and it was his opinion that it's just really easy to burn a whiskey in a pot still. Like it's just really easy to overcook it, and it just comes out with some weird harshness. Now, major distilleries usually have that figured out. Small distilleries will oftentimes screw up some whiskey by overcooking it.
Well, I would definitely say this is not the worst bourbon, but it is that harshness that just stays with you.
Y'all let me know again. I didn't make the list. Is this one of the worst whiskeys you've ever had? Because
it's a pretty bottle, though.
It's a beautiful bottle, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's a meh. whiskey. We are on the road a lot. Filming these bourbon hunting videos has been taking us all over the country. And on a road trip, you gotta have snacks. And if you're picking up snacks at a gas station, well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to make bad decisions. And that's why for our road trip, Catalina Crunch is going to be the choice. I've tried the cheddar, the traditional, and the ranch. I haven't tried the spicy here. That's pretty good. Actually, they're all really good. I mean, they're just as good as those less healthy snacks you're gonna pick up at a gas station. But the ranch, is where it's at. I mean, everything's better with ranch dressing on it, but I can't do that because I'm trying to be healthier, so at least I can get a little bit of my ranch fix here with Catalina Crunch. Best of all, Catalina Crunch is low carb, higher in protein than other snack mixes, made with clean, natural ingredients, and it's keto friendly, which means I can still enjoy it while trying to trim down my bourbon belly. Now, if you're like me and you have trouble picking just one, the Catalina Crunch actually has a variety pack with all 4 flavors, so you can try them all and then figure out which one you like best. Right now, you can actually get 15% off plus free shipping on any Catalina Crunch variety pack by clicking the link in the description or using code Brewzle at checkout. Try the ranch here, let me know your thoughts on it, and be sure to take advantage of the special offer while it lasts. Let's get back to the video. Number 6 is Jim Beam's Devil's Cut. This is a whiskey we did a quick review on back in the day, and I don't recall.
I don't know if I've ever had Jim Beam.
You've had just normal Jim Beam, probably just normal Jim Beam and Coke, but hold that thought here for just a minute.
I don't think I have. I usually just do Jack and Coke.
Typically, well, Michael loves Jim Beam and Coke. So if you've had a Jack and Coke at his house, you had a Jim Beam and Coke.
Okay.
Which is the only reason I normally have Jim Beam is other folks want a Jim Beam and Coke. I like some of the higher proof Jim Beam stuff like Baker's, but we don't drink a lot of just normal Jim Beam. This one, they supposedly emptied a barrel and then they took the barrel and they did to the barrel and they got more whiskey out of the barrel. So they squeezed the barrel, put it in pressure chambers. I don't know what they did, but they got all that oaky whiskey that was left in the barrel.
Okay, they squeezed every last bit of it out.
Good to the last drop. It is a little too oaky. It is a little bitter. It's not really harsh. I thought it would be more like if you finish it on oak staves or something like that. I thought it would be really harsh in that regard. It is not that. Like, this is not a good whiskey. I also don't think it's a particularly expensive whiskey. I don't know what this one goes for, but Jim Beam's usually pretty cheap.
It's okay. It's not that.
It's not good.
It's not something I would normally.
It's not. This is not great. This is not good whiskey to me. But this is like the world's most meh whiskey. None of these so far, we get to some, so far, none of these are like, oh my God, that's awful.
Right.
It's just like, somebody hand me that, I'm like,
I would drink that with a Coke.
Yeah, do you want another port? No.
No, but I would drink it with a Coke.
I think actually that would be pretty good with a Coke.
I do too.
And number 5 is Jim Beam White Label. Don't ask me why I have a little bitty bottle of I'll tell you why I have a little bitty bottle. Will goes and buys our supplies for a lot of our mixed drink videos, and we had some mixed drink that required Jim Beam, and I was like, dude, just buy if it's whiskey, buy 750 milliliter. Like, just do it, because we'll use it for something. Jim Beam White Label.
So this is the same as that, but
this is just their normal release.
Squeezed out process.
This is just their normal, 80 proof release.
That does not smell pleasant.
It's just Jim Beam.
I get a little fruit now.
I just don't know if the folks voting on this have had as many terrible whiskeys as I've had. If you're just getting into whiskey or you've just had, 5 or 10, I could understand how you might consider this to be bad.
That's bad.
But if you consider this to be bad, that's bad.
And let him be hoist by his own petard.
I don't like that. That I would not put in a Jack and Coke. That would not win over Jack and Coke.
You're right, that's not good neat.
That is not good.
It's not good neat. It's good mixed, it's not a good
That
neat.
one's a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a lot better neat.
You're right, that's not good neat.
I would stick with my Jack and Coke.
Now you've had a Booker's, you've had a Baker's.
I don't remember.
We're gonna try
Booker's
it now.
and a Baker's
We're trying
and
it. And a candlestick
maker.
This is Jim Beam.
Like, that's not good.
The barrel pick we just did was a Jim Beam.
It wasn't that.
No, it was 7-year-old Jim Beam.
It wasn't that, I'll tell you
It was going to be much more like this with a little higher proof. Try that.
Oh no, that's got some smells.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells like strawberry.
So we were doing barrel proof 7-year-old Jim Beam. We just did a barrel pick with Old Fourth Distillery, and it was a Jim Beam barrel. So that's good.
Yeah.
But like their normal release, no bueno.
How long was that in a barrel?
A couple of days, apparently.
Yeah, not long.
I'm assuming it's 4 years.
Well, that extra 2 years did a lot.
Well, the proof too. The Baker 7 is 107 proof, which adds a whole bunch to it. Number 4, Basil Hayden. Y'all are hating on some Jim Beam. Like, y'all, actually, this is not my list. I just need to remind y'all, this is not my list. Okay, y'all are hating some Jim Beam product.
Is that a Jim Beam?
This is a Jim Beam product. This is one of their higher end regular release stuff. This is one of their more expensive bottles, but it's also like, I think a lot of people hate on this because it was sold as a high end whiskey and it's like 80 proof, I think. I think it's just an older Jim Beam. If I had to guess, it's supposed to be like an easy sipper, you know, easy to get into, but older than your normal Jim Beam. So apparently the folks who follow this channel do not like Jim Beam products. I would love to know y'all's thoughts on Bakers and Bookers because y'all hating on all the shelf stuff.
Okay, they got that one right. That is horrible. That is the worst one.
I feel like that's better than Jim Beam.
No.
The problem is
I don't.
that's a much more expensive bottle than the Jim Beam.
That's not good.
You don't like that at all?
No,
Jill hates some Jim Beam too,
No,
apparently.
I don't like that one.
You didn't like the Jim Beam or the Devil's Cut?
I did
Or
like
that
the Devil's Cut. I thought it was pretty good. Now, the other one's just kind of weak. I wouldn't put it in a Jack and Coke, but it was not as bad as that.
We get a lot of questions about Basil. Apparently,
I
a
don't
lot
like
of people
Basil
that are
Hayden.
just getting into whiskey like Basil Hayden.
Really?
A lot of people do. We get a lot of folks talking about how much they like Basil Hayden. This is not something, I mean, I've had this bottle for years and you see how much I've drank. It gives you an idea of my
I'm
opinion
gonna leave
of
that
that.
over here and let it open up.
So
Try
I
to
but
give it another
I mean, I
chance,
love the
but-
older Jim Beam stuff. Once Jim Beam gets some proof on it, like I think it's the proof, not the age. Once
Okay.
Jim Beam gets some proof on it, I like that peanut nuttiness
Yeah.
that comes out of it. But like all their 80 proof stuff, just not what I'm looking for. Number 3 is an arrow right to Jill's heart. Jack Daniel's Old Number 7. I feel like this was aimed at you. I feel like this is personal.
Personal.
I feel like this is personal to you, Jill. The good thing is the government just paid for 30% of a brand new bottle of Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 because
That
they
I
put it
can
on
then
this list.
put in Coke or
It'll, yes.
Dr. Pepper.
On camera only, fully above board. Of course.
So all these voted the worst. They're saying in a Glencairn.
I'm assuming, like that's how most of us are drinking our whiskey, but it could be over ice. It's not as a mixer. Like we're definitely not judging as a mixer.
Okay, so I'm
because this is great as a mixer.
Yes.
And what's funny though is like Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 is not great in a Glencairn.
No.
Almost everything else
But I
Jack
do
Daniel's
get that.
does is. Like Jack Daniel's makes a ton of fantastic products. Like Jack Daniel's, let's do something.
I almost get a little banana.
Yeah, no, a lot of Jack Daniels will give you, especially some of the higher proof stuff,
I get
gives you
banana.
like a little bit of like a nutty banana bread.
Yeah, like a banana bread,
Yep.
exactly. Like
Yep.
banana bread.
A lot of Jack Daniels does that.
I wonder if this would pair really well with banana bread.
Go get some banana. Make me some banana bread, Jill. What do we do with it? Now I want banana bread. You have any? Mm-mm. Yeah, it is literally banana
That
bread.
is so banana. I don't think that's that bad. Like, I like that.
It needs more proof.
It
It's
needs
just
more
simple.
proof,
I think
yes.
everything that's there is good though.
Obviously, it needs more proof, but I love that. I'm sorry. I'm good with that. It goes really good in my Coke, and I'm a fan. I'm
And
a fan of Jack.
this ranked lower. This is worse than the Jim Beam stuff we just had, according to people's votes.
No. No.
That's what
No. Mm-mm. This goes above the Basil Hayden. It goes above the.
This is the best
regular
one we've
old
had
Jim
so
Beam.
far.
Yeah.
This is the best one we've had so far.
I don't know.
Well, the best one out on the list. Like, it's not better than the Bakers, but
Right.
this is better than the ones on the list we've had
That's
thus far.
really good. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We,
I love
we just
that one.
agree to disagree on this
Yeah.
one. Y'all looking for something different than I am, apparently, and we're about to prove it. Like, right now, we are about to prove it. That was the 3rd worst whiskey y'all have ever tried. And number 2 is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Y'all hating on my Jack now. Come on.
I think I found the problem with this one, though. I think I figured this one out. Here's the problem. Y'all thought this was whiskey.
No.
Like, this...
That's just candy in a jar.
We were trying to judge whiskeys, and I'm okay with finished whiskeys. This is not a finished whiskey. This is a whiskey with like honey liqueur added. Or this is actually a honey liqueur blended with Jack Daniels. So it is more honey liqueur, and then they put some Jack Daniels in it. And so this has no place on this list. So
None.
y'all just like, this is not whiskey. This is a fun drink. This is more compared to Fireball than Jack Daniels. Right, like this is a flavored
This is like,
thing.
what's his name? Doka Ryan left Werther's Originals inside of a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Why are we shouting out Doka? This is the Brewzle channel.
I know, but he's cool. I like his videos.
Doka's cool.
That's exactly what this is like.
It is, yes. This is a flavored thing. This screws up the whole list. This proves that y'all a little bit crazy, which I like. I like that a little.
This smells
I like that
delicious.
you're crazy.
Like delicious.
Yeah. But the problem is if you've got this expecting it to be a honey finished whiskey, it's not that. It is a liqueur blended with whiskey. This is a flavored thing. And it's pretty good. I don't like it more than, I think I like the Wild Turkey American honey better than this. That is more honey, this is more butterscotch.
Yeah, this is butterscotch.
And so if you're looking for like a butterscotch liqueur or whiskey to sip on,
yeah, maybe it wasn't the Werthers he
That's
put in
good.
there. It was those old like butterscotch candies.
your
that
grandmother got from the dollar store?
Yes.
Yeah, from like CVS
That's
or something.
what Doka put in there. Like that's what he put
in the Jack Daniels. If you're expecting this to be whiskey, that's your mistake, not Jack Daniels.
That's pretty darn good anyway.
I think that's tasty. It's not tasty for a whiskey. It's very artificial.
No.
Butterscotch.
But it would be good in a Jack and honey Coke.
Oh, it'd be good in a Coke. It would be good over ice. We screwed up. I accidentally didn't know Willett bought a bottle for some videos that I had not opened yet. So I went and bought another bottle. So now we have 2 bottles of this thanks to y'all. But we're going to drink it. Like that's what's going to happen. This is going to get consumed. So that brings us to number 1.
Number 1.
But before I get to number 1, the honorable mentions were Bullet, George Dickel, and Larceny Small Batch. Now, I really like Larceny Barrel Proofs. I think the Larceny Barrel Proofs are really good. The Small Batch is pretty good, but people may not like Weeders. I don't think we're gonna try them just because we got a lot of videos to film. The Bullet, I like the 10-year. Not a huge fan of just normal release Bullet, but the 10-year is pretty good. I also don't have a Dickel 15. I gave it away. I am a notorious George Dickel aficionado, hater. I want you to try the Dickel that I've got.
Okay.
And I want to give your review of the Dickel. Okay. I gotta find it, I just put it up. So this is the George Dickel 9-year. This is not the 15. I gave the 15 away. That gives you an idea how much I thought about it. This is a store pick from Spillway Wine and Spirits over in Brandon, Mississippi, which we've done some stuff with. I might have an opportunity here soon to do a pick with Dickel, and I think they're gonna bring out the big guns, like some of the higher ups, to prove to me that George Dickel is a good whiskey. And the thing about this bottle is just a oxymoron of confusion and problems for me, because George Dickel has a mineral taste. There's just like Flintstone vitamin taste to George Dickel whiskey. Other than the Flintstone vitamin taste, I absolutely adore every single thing about this bottle, but I just can't get past the Flintstone vitamins. So I want to know what Jill thinks about that.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think we should take some White Dog of like maybe.
I don't have any Dickel White Dog, but okay.
And then you should put Flintstone vitamins in there.
Just take a normal whiskey like Jim Beam and put Flintstone vitamins in it. You're just stuck on this Doka Ryan thing, aren't you? I did that. We already did that video. We put banana Laffy Taffy in a whiskey.
It didn't turn out well.
It did not turn out well. That dude puts blue cheese crumbles in crab. I'm not going there. Jill likes it.
I like it.
That's what I'm saying. Everything about it. Do you taste the Flintstone vitamins?
No, I don't. I don't taste Flintstone vitamins.
It hits me with it right on the finish. Everything about that except for the vitamins is fantastic. It's like just a minerally taste.
I don't get a mineral Flintstone vitamin.
Okay, so right at the finish, it's gonna be like a kind of a harsh, bitter, dry oak with a little bit, what I describe as kind of that mineral taste. It may hit you different, some folks don't pick it up. That's why they love George Dickel. No? Are you loving it?
I like it.
Jill loves everything about it. So you smell that though. You smell it on the nose there.
I do smell something.
Yeah, and I taste it.
But I'm not getting it on the taste.
So Jill would probably be strongly disagreeing with the 15-year, although it's probably too oaky. But this
I
9,
never had the 15.
No, I gave it away for you. Before you really started trying whiskey with me, I got rid of it. And number 1 on the worst whiskeys you've ever tried is George Dickel Tabasco, and this would have definitely have made my list. I'm not sure it'd have been number 1 because this is Dickel's okay. Like, I don't like the mineral taste, so I can't get on board with it, but it is a quality whiskey. It's just got a flavor I don't like, and then they did a finish on it that I really don't like. but it's not a poorly made whiskey. There's a difference in a whiskey I don't agree with and a poorly made whiskey. This does seem like an awful lot of bad decisions made it through an awful lot of decision points to bring this to market. I don't know how that happens. Like, I don't know how somebody thought this was a good idea, but here we are. It happened. My assumption is they had a lot of really bad barrels. Something really bad happened. And they're like, we got to do something strong with these barrels to make this
Real
a
strong.
thing. Tabasco's like, hey man,
Whew.
we put our stuff in barrels. Let's do something together. Let's collaborate. And Dickel's like, we got some really bad whiskey. We need to put something strong in it, and that's what we get. Have you had this?
I'm not. I think I did on a live.
Yeah, you will have it
sometime or
now.
another, but this smells horrible
Go for it.
because I don't like
You don't like Tabasco?
hot sauce. I'm not a big hot sauce fan.
You're about to drink some
So you smell it immediately, like
right away.
it's a hot sauce bomb. Oh no!
Nope, not your jam. Come on now.
Oh my gosh!
Is this the first one you're like, I get it. I get why it's here.
I get why they put that there, and I get why they put it where they put it. Oh no!
Yeah, that probably would have made my top of my list. I probably even agree with the positioning on
Me
that.
too.
It's been a while since I've had it.
That's bad.
We've done it as gags, but so we've drank a little bit of it.
Woo!
But going back to it, yeah, it would have made my list, and it probably would have been like I would put it in a small barrel, over oak it, do all sorts of dumb things to it.
Do it before that.
Before you do this god awfulness right here. That is,
bad.
Lord, what in the world led to that?
Y'all got that one right.
We're pouring this crap. I'm not drinking
No,
that crap right there.
y'all got that one right.
That is gone.
I don't agree
So,
with every decision that was made here, but I agree with that one.
Yes, this is number one with a bullet. The rest of the list,
Eh.
I think y'all are a little harsh. I
Y'all
really
harsh
think y'all
on
are a
my
little
dad.
harsh on those.
Y'all a little harsh on my dad.
But other than that, you got number one. At least
Look,
we were
we got
all
first.
right. We all concurred on number one right here. So if you want to be a part of these decisions, make sure you're in the Discord or join the Patreon group if you would. And then next time, maybe the rest of the list will make sense as well. Don't forget to click the link in the description and use code Brewzle at checkout for 15% off plus free shipping for any Catalina Crunch mix pack. Thanks, Catalina Crunch, for sponsoring this video.